Hey there, Tundra Nation, and welcome back to the channel. With the fall weather really setting in, we've decided it's time to bring a little warmth to your YouTube feed and roast your guns. So sit back, warm up some apple cider, and let's start the show.
No way. Yes way.
Before we get going, just as a bit of a disclaimer, all of these guns have been sent to us for the purpose of making fun of them. If these jokes make you upset, then let me give you a little cheat code on how to not see my videos anymore. Little bit of a YouTube hint here, folks. Hit the thumbs down button, then the thumbs up button, then the subscribe button 3 times, and that should block you from seeing my videos anymore. If you want to submit your gun, then come join the Discord. A link will be in the description below, and you can submit them there. To kick things off, I present to you this post from WyvernHasArms, this Aero M16 Laborday special. And yes, I said it how he wrote it, not Labor Day, but Laborday. There's 2 words in there, bud. Now, he's tried to take some of the heat off of himself for the camera quality, but in the same sentence notes that the carry handle prism sights are in a prime spot for nods. If you can't afford a camera more up to date than a Polaroid, bud, then I don't think you're gonna need to worry about eye relief for nods anytime soon. In what's known as a big brain move, he then added a surefire 3-prong muzzle device, a Coyote Tan 3-point sling, odd choice, and an O-light to ensure that nobody would want this dumpster fire. When society falls apart and starts spreading from Portland to the rest of the country, he knows his gear is safe from looters. Now, I must say though, props to you for not taking these photos into bed, but sneaking off to what appears to be your bathroom to take these pictures that I'm going to instruct my mods to delete.
Freak! Ah! Get out of here! Go away!
Thank God I'm blind.
Hold on for this one, boys and girls. This is gonna be a wild ride. DerpTruck posted this Lisle carbine with a 24-inch suppressor. I'm not even sure where to begin, but I have to ask, what's with the foot posing on the top of a bed in a hostel? And couldn't you have closed the door? He free floated a handguard onto this with a bayonet lug because with the cost of ammo going up again, well, you've got to find alternative methods for dead checking. Then we have the cherry on top, which is an unmagnified red dot. It's like you gave up on trying to get this onto an episode of Cursed Gun Images and then just decided, well, since I can't get it to Brandon, I'll send it to Tundra. Threw your feet pics in and called it a day. Having this tries to signal to others that you are really into guns and must know your stuff because you have things most people haven't heard of before, when in reality any credibility that you've had goes right out the window because you spent 2.5 hours trying to get this shot perfect. I'm honestly just surprised and glad you're actually wearing pants.
Thank you, Jesus!
This next submission is case in point why Elon Musk giving the internet to people in remote places, well, it's a really bad idea. We have this abomination from LittleBilly. This Western style revolver with a 3D printed shroud and a crimson trace red dot. It's some sort of Fallout inspired fever dream caused by low blood sugar from only eating crayons over the years. Kids, come here, real quick. Take a knee, learn something from old Papa Tundi. If you get a Christmas bonus, use it for your family, not on a 3D printer just to create stuff intended to make Gun Jesus cry. I mean, the quality looks like it was done by a 3rd grader, but 1st graders got to pick the optic. I can only imagine the crayon drawings you have of this that you did back in basic that you kept until the technology was available. These types of revolvers are the top picks from states that have more people fly over them in a day than visit in a year. Carrying this is going to be next to impossible unless you get one of them universal holsters from Walmart or spend around $350 and some dirty talk to get a custom holster made for something like this. And that's not even going to cover the holster maker's therapy sessions that he's going to need to scrub this from his mind. Either way, you're better off just getting a regular gun and not melting a bunch of plastic onto it.
You suck!
Bazooka 42 made his bed and dropped this Andro Corp? You sure that's right? That wasn't a typo? Did you mean Anderson? What about Aero? No, you've never heard of them? Well, it looks like neither one of us have ever actually heard of Andro Corp before, but judging by what I see here, I'm gonna go ahead and assume that they're an Anderson knockoff company using receiver sets they scrounged out of dumpsters. The only good decision you made with this rifle is attaching a bayonet lug to the end, because with that optic, my friend, you're gonna hit about as many targets as the number of concealed carry permits Dianne Feinstein has issued in the past month. This clearly is something you got just for Frank Castle cosplay, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a white skull painted on the stock on the other side. And no, calling it Francis Castiglione cosplay doesn't make it any cooler, because that was his birth name. And to top it off, you've installed on this gun the worst accessory to ever be taken seriously, the grip pod. This particular foregrip is neither a good foregrip or bipod, even though it technically can do both. In reality, anyone that's ever used one for any length of time just wanted it gone, much like your parents feel about you. Coming in with another failed Cursed Gun Images submission, we have the cursed Call of Duty inspired Polish PPSH 40-something 50-something from Diablo 10X. When you have a decent paying job and a face so ugly that dogs won't even lick bacon grease off of it, you've got plenty of time to do stuff like this. This is what happens when rednecks get gaming consoles just to have a place to use gamer words, but miraculously end up enjoying the game. Normally, I'd comment on the stock being too low for a good cheek weld, but with that 3x budget prism not being even sighted in, accuracy was never a priority in the first place. Also, again, we have something that was photographed in a bathroom. Now, I'm starting to notice a new trend here, and I'm okay with it, as long as the feet pics stop. I'm sure you've slayed all of the Call of Duty lobbies with this, getting a kill to death ratio almost as high as your cholesterol. But paint jobs on guns don't actually mean you're good with it. Real life don't work that way, bud. If you want to see him try to justify this Cold War abortion, go check out his channel, Texas Outdoors and More. Tell him Tundra sent you and that he should stop doing this to his guns. Honestly, the last time I saw something this cursed was when I was playing spoopy games over on Twitch 7 days a week, so come check me out over at twitch.tv/Tundra Gaming Live and watch as I get jump scared while discussing guns and games.
Oh, this is disgusting. What is that? Is that rancid? Is that a tap dancing crab demon?
Okay, really, guys, another foot pick submission? Fine, we'll do it. We got to get it for the content anyways. Mewnbewst 2V or whatever his name is submitted this picture of bad mental health decisions for us to roast. He says it's an LMT Mars L MRP. In reality, all we can tell about it is that it's owned by what I can only assume is somebody that's part Iranian with the amount of hair we got going on, and that he's fallen into the trap of thinking FDE and black are actually cool. In reality, you blend in with nothing, since anyone is either going to see the straight tan lines or the straight black lines. Either way, it's going to draw more attention than it will to help it blend in. A flip-up magnifier, buddy, is just a sign that you can't hit 100 yards unless you have a magnified optic. This will improve with time because your training consists of drinking beers while hunting all the squirrels that ruin your deer hunts, and it definitely doesn't have anything to do with that spit bottle that smells like Copenhagen and the trauma that Father Thompson bestowed upon you. All in all, you should probably sell this gun for more bedding for whatever cage you sleep in with those fur-covered legs. Ugh.
That's rad.
And here we have a prime example of old people trying to stay relevant and not admit their age. This submission from Maximus has a Springfield M1A SOCOM 16 in an Archangel CQB stock. Try and explain that one. I guess it's to be tactical with the LARPers that he finds at the range. Hey, congrats, your low IQ has led you to not understand ballistics at all and choose a gun that was literally designed to take most of the oomph out of that round you claim can drop a man at 1,200 yards. I've got news for you there, pal. Good luck accurately hitting anything reliably at 800 with a 16-inch barrel. If you really need a 30 caliber round for closer ranges, the Russians invented 7.62x39 for just that reason. Call it a commie gun all you want, but it's going to perform better at the ranges both those guns were designed for. If you want something in that caliber made right here in the US, give the CMMG Mutant, Mark 47, give that a try. Hey Mike, give me a call. This segment not sponsored by CMMG. Yet. Clearly, this guy cashed out his 401k and headed straight to Cabela's to get fleeced for every Magpul accessory that could fit it, and a Neotech that was only $50 above MSRP. I hope you save some for tax season, buddy. He claims that the bipod is only used for time at the range, so I guess it's used most likely more often than not. Not sure what's going on with that angled foregrip either. With it that far back, I mean, you might as well be holding on to the magazine. And don't think we didn't forget about this other picture right here, and notice those 5-round stripper clips shoved into shotgun shell loops. Bonus points for the 30 caliber clips. Subscribe.